Here's some Burke ain't down here. Christ, we're going underwater?
Jensen, it's Keitner. Where are you?
In a well-concealed elevator inside the prison's restricted wing. Your gun-running neural engineer deserves a raise.
I take it the eye worked then. Good. Now listen, if what you say is true, if Burke really is using the prisoners here as lab rats, I need proof. Hard evidence that I can take to Interpol.
An entire prison full of kidnapped civilians isn't enough?
You're an ex-cop, Jensen, you tell me. How many death row inmates crying on about their innocence have you seen getting out?
Point taken. I'll see what I can find.
She has a point. Ooh, practice point. I won't be using the punchy thing now, though. On those walls. I've kind of passed the Rubicon here on that. So, yeah. Really, Jensen. Burke could be down here. Yeah, the game's telling you, nah, it's fine. Okay, let's save. Oh, shit. And that's the fucking spine.
Please. Please don't leave me like this. No hope. Nothing to do but kill me. Beg you.
This is for the Hiron project. Ooh, actually, that's cool. See that thing on our leg? Ah, remember the, those codes, QR codes. By the way,
Nothing to do but kill me. Beg you.
your eyes aren't fully animated. Like, they're kind of glitching out here, mate. It's very concerning. I can see through the table via your eyes. Apparently the eyes are a window to our soul. Apparently our soul is an orange metal table bed thing. I have bad news for you, lady. But very bad news indeed. You just see her in heaven and it's just like that orange part of this table just floating around with wings. Anyway. Yeah. This is for the Hiron project. That's what's going on here. Oh, and I got this thing. This is Worldwide Access Terminal, classified thing. Blue one, I don't remember what this is for. It's for Panchea. And this is for something else. Wasn't this for... Actually, maybe this isn't Panchea. Actually, no. This is... Unless I won't know one. I have no quest items. What the fuck? Alright. Thought I had some of them. Never mind. I don't remember what these are, but these seem to be significant. The Hiran Command Project. I'm guessing there. Is that meant to be Hydra? Huh. It just, I see the little soldier guys on it. Wait, this is Australia. That's Australia, so that's the Hydra thing. And this must be the Panchea thing. Panchea, whatever. The Chia Pet thing. This must be it. Alright, that doesn't sound good. There's this thing. There's data storage kit. This. Gary, when you get a chance, I've received something on the lab computer. You need to look over. Log into my account. There's that. Where is he getting this? But yeah, she Some about her look reminds me of one of my Irish teachers. Lovely lady. She really helped, really helped me with, trying to do well on my exam. For Irish, like she kind of went above and beyond. For Irish, you have to like learn these stories off so you can answer questions on them. And she sent me audio files of her reading them out to me to help me with it. Oh, Moonbase Omega. So okay, this place is real then. All right. The Learned Scholar.
Statistical analyses of latest implantation test subjects revealed no statistically significant changes in glial tissue buildup and degeneration.
Another high command project thing? It's either this is either Hydra or no, I think this is the Hieron thing. Remember what Darrow was talking about? That's disturbing. Let's grab this. Where's the trauma kit? And new here? Okay. Heaven open to all. Page Industries has sped up its plans to build the first permanent commercial space station named Heaven. The orbital result will accommodate 12,000 people and offer many 5-star restaurants and hotels. Expected cost for a night's stay, 100,000 credits. Biotech industry leaders debate ethics. The International Panel on Biotechnology and Ethics in Scientific Research has announced plans to convene early next year, specifically to discuss the issue and future of mechanical augmentation. Specific objectives of the panel will be threefold, stated Kristen Hogue, chairman of the Ghent University Bioethics Institute and head of the IPBESR's steering committee. First, to hold an honest and open debate on the current practices relating to neuroprosthetic research. Second, to provide thorough, forward-looking analysis into the future of the human-machine interface. And third, to evaluate the current trends and emerging studies into less invasive augmentation technologies. The ISBESR's announcement comes on the heels of a growing public outcry over augmentation recalls and calls for a United Nations sponsored vote on industry regulation. Yes, industry augmentation. Where is the trauma kit? There it is. I'll read that in a moment. But yeah, remember we saw this dress in Taeyong Medical. Back in the CEO's apartment, and we saw a blueprint with it on it, with the Hieron project thing down in the bottom right corner.
Be free.
We saw that. And then we had Hugh Darrow mention the Hieron project. What is he up to? Does he know about this?
Why?
He quite likely tortured a guy for intel on Jensen.
Hurt me.
And then he got his file just off the other, Iron Man, Seraph. He got his files off of him. Well, I don't even know if that guy even knows about it. He just did it. Darrow's up to something. David may like him, but he's clearly shady as shit. You can't actually do capital letters in this at all. I just turned on caps and it didn't work. Let's see. Mr. Page, the situation in Rifleman Bank is unacceptable. I fully understand that we are somewhat responsible to Bell Patara for our continued research in this field, but the means they are using does not justify any successful results we may achieve. In fact, I'm not convinced that their ultimate goal is in keeping with what your organization stands for. At least, I would hope not. I've spoken with Gary at length about this, and I believe he is of the same opinion. There must be another way. We are killing people here. Dr. Tiffany Kavanagh. I understand your concerns, Tiffany, more than you know. The loss of life is tragic, but in the long run, necessary. We have to keep our eyes on the future, and I'm not talking about 15 to 20 years. This project is of the utmost importance to the immediate future. Monitoring Omega, Moonbase Omega, requires extreme amounts of computational power, and Heaven is almost set to open to the public. And then there are geothermal stations. Only the OCM even approaches the sheer data crunching capacity needed to run those operations. I know it may seem callous to consider these things ahead of human lives, but these projects will save so many more lives. There are other avenues I'm looking into. Certainly, if we don't see clear-cut improvements coming out of Rifleman Bank, we'll terminate the project and pursue another course. I've spoken with Gary about this. I think he agrees, but we'll have to pull together if we're going to get anywhere. For now, you're right, absolutely. The numbers we're seeing, the losses, are unacceptable, but I shudder to think what it will be like without someone like you on the team. Someone who sees the human side of the equation. I know I have completely assured your concerns. There's no way I could do that without asking you to go against your character and completely ignore your empathy towards those people. What I am asking you to do is stick with us and use that empathy. You're our conscience, Tiffany. We need you. Gary needs you. Please hang in with us, BP. And how many times have I asked you to call me Bob? Bob Page, President and CEO, Page Industries. He seems a friendly guy, but the callousness. Certainly, a pragmatic and callous option is to say that yes, sacrifice those people to save the money. I'm more of the opinion of, I prefer the third option. Sacrifice none, save all. It's idealistic, doesn't really work out, I'm sure. But, you know, aim for the moon. Even if you fail, you'll land among the stars. Or I suppose you could fail and land among the devils. You there? Are you already landed? No. Still in the sub. Any word from your sister? She said she'll be there. Sandra's reliable. Gary, I don't think I can do this anymore. What? What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. ... I'll be back before you know it. If I can convince Bob that this is a dead end... What's happening here is... He's a monster, Gary. It is a dead end. And even if it isn't, nothing is what we're doing to these women. I wish we never joined VL. Versalife? That's the only VL I can think of. This isn't what I signed up for, Tiff. This isn't Bob's doing. We're sent in to clean up the project. If it can't be done. Do you really think that they'll can it? They will if we find an alternative. Reed or Nano. You know the one I think has the most potential. Just hang in there a little longer. And no grand gestures. Yes, boss. Salute, I guess. Supplies? Already read that. Actually, VL was Versalife earlier. Remember, we saw Versalife in earlier when he sent in a requisition thing to... Well, we saw Versalife on a requisition form he was sending in. And he's saying the supply requisition to VL. So it must be the same thing. Here's the files, and most of them are redacted. I think this is on Burke. Charismatic leader, iron-willed, able to compartmentalize, detail-orientated and methodical. Seems to exhibit fairly sexist tendencies. Does he? I haven't seen anything actually sexist out of him. Certainly their propensity for grabbing women might be sexist due to sexism thing, or it could be actually needed for the project. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Christ. But I haven't actually seen him say anything, you know, or do anything. So it's just like they're saying it but not showing it. Show don't tell. Yeah, show don't tell. Certainly some things you have to tell and not show, like you just find a date file on a computer, but you know, he hasn't, you know, been a goit beyond his normalness, you know. But nitpicking aside. Alright, artificial skeleton. Cool. Those were all his augs, but most of it's redacted. Jerry, I know I said I'll never collect on that favor, but I really need your help. You've been at BT for a few years. What are the chances of you getting your hands on someone's personal files? Specifically Peter Burke. Peter Burke. It's time to pay the Peter. This is asking a lot, but you know me. I'll never ask if it wasn't absolutely necessary. Love to Cathy and the kids. Ooh, excuse me. Jesus, Tiffany. I know you introduced me to Cathy, but I could get in a lot of trouble for even looking at these records, let alone sending them to you. Please delete and forget this once you've had a look. I'm not sure how much it will help anyway. Looks like it's been altered for consumption. By whom, I couldn't tell. Who is this guy? Some kind of spook? By the way, where are you? Any chance we can all get together soon? Kids are kids have been asking about Aunt Fanny. Love, Jay. Aunt Fanny. Depending on where you are, that means uvula, vagina. I can't pronounce the other thing right. Apparently vagina is actually an internal part. It's not the opening, it's actually like the canal, if memory serves. I got a B in ordinary biology. I think I remember this right. It was a few years ago though, and biology was not my strong suit. I much prefer classics. Though I had such issues reading the Odyssey. I just couldn't. I just remembered it from class. Just couldn't bring myself to read it. I'm actually terrible at studying. I have to remember things in class, or I don't know it. In suffering. Administer a lethal dose of morphine to end her suffering. R.I.P. Yeah, rip. 3 men in a FEMA camp. Maybe one day he'll be back on TV. Ooh. Nano Augmentation, Pipe Dream, or Theory for the Future by Hugh Darrow, except from a paper in Neo Nature, September 2022. We've been throwing around the word nanotechnology for decades, and yet, I've read this before, but I'll read it again, and yet despite our best efforts, we're only inching closer to that molecular scale frontier, when in fact we should be racing towards it. In a decade to come, the enhanced beings, post-humans who are our progeny, will look at the mechanical devices we crudely bolted onto our living flesh, or buried inside our grey matter. They'll mock us for our crudity. They will look upon what we have made with the same curiosity, the same disinterest, as the pilot of a VTOL helicopter will look upon an ox cart. The future of human augmentation lies in the small, in fact the smallest. In the next 30 years, the molecular frontier will be broken, and true nanoscalar reprogramming and biological reorientation will be possible. There will be no more tedious instances of severing limbs to replace them with steel proxies. We will drink in these tiny machines, inject them, and be transformed. Anyone else thinking of Bloodborne right now? You know, pale blood, transforming people. That's where my mind's going. I may actually play those games at some stage. I will. It depends on video policies and all that. I just need to get the equipment to do so. Some of it isn't on PC. Ooh, practice point. Some of it ain't on PC. Other of it, like, you know, the Soulsborne series is the games. Some of it isn't on PC. Others is. I'll have to wait and see. Christ. Whew. Mercy. Let me take a quick swig. I need it. Interesting suit they have on the ladies. Wonder why it's like that. Because it seriously looks like something right out of like Final Fantasy.
Quite the house of horrors you got here, Doc. You letting anyone in, or just women?
Who are you? How'd you get down here? This is a restricted area.
Obviously. You wouldn't want the rank and file knowing what kind of sick experimentation is going on down here.
No, you don't understand. I'm not.
Where's Burke?
See, she's versatile. I found her top.
Research partner, Savage.
Burke went back up to the base. And Gary left. Told me to be smart, keep my mouth shut, and do whatever Burke tells me to do. For now.
For now? I heard the three of you talking up there in the morgue. Sounded like you don't exactly fit in here, Dr.
Kavanagh. And who the fuck are you?
The name's Jensen. I came here looking for someone. Megan Reed.
Reed? I've seen her research. Gary thinks it could be the key we're missing. If she can be convinced to come here.
Megan Reed was kidnapped, Kavanagh. Violently. As was her entire scientific team and the dozens of women you've been torturing down here.
No! You don't understand. I'm trying to save them. Gary and I, we were sent here to put the OCM project.
Still don't know what that is.